Tyler, how you going?
Good, thank you. Yeah, pretty good.
And what was your positive quality for the 5 days?
Oh, I was talented, Tyler.
And why?
Speaks for itself because I'm so talented.
This was one of the more dynamic, flamboyant of our
Arrogant,
survivors.
yeah.
Arrogant, nah. So Tyler, how old are you?
I'm 17.
Yep, and what school?
St Paul's Grammar in Cranebrook.
Okay, why did you agree to come along and be one of the pilot volunteers?
Yeah, well, I heard about it from one of my friends, Rosie, who's also here. And at first I thought, nah, no way, bush isn't my thing. I'm a city slicker. Even though I live on 10 acres, don't leave my theatre. I love my theatre, watch movies all day long, it's fantastic. And I thought I couldn't handle 5 days, roughing it, surviving out on 170 acres.
Do you think it was a daggy thing to do?
There's that sort of connotation there, but I thought there would also be a cool aspect there. Yeah.
Okay. And so, you participated fully. You were just out there, everything you gave 110%. Has there been a change somewhere in here and how you see other people? What's happened for you in the 5 days?
Well, so many things have happened in the last 5 days. I thought a lot about the first day because I actually decided against it because when I first thought there's no way I could rough it and I thought I wouldn't be able to handle it.
It was about your hair, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I brought 2 tubs of gel, but I've got no mirror, no water, what's the use? But I thought, and then I just sort of stopped thinking about it, and my other friend who also came, Zach, he said, oh, come on, Ty, you should do it, it'll be fantastic. And I thought, all right, I'll do it. I didn't really think it through. I think by the first day I thought, why didn't I think it through? And I was really regretting it. I really thought this was a stupid thing. I'm stuck out here for 5 days and there's flies on my face and there's ants in my sleeping bag and I was just really uncomfortable with what I just done. And I was trying to cook in the dark, and you can't see what you're eating and there's bugs everywhere. But as time went on, by the first morning, you heard the birds. It was the first thing you heard. The sun was just coming up, it was early still, and there were birds just singing, like so many different species that even though I live on bush, like I said before, you can't hear that from the house. They're just everywhere out here. You got, the rosellas, the lyrebirds, you just got everything. And it was fantastic to hear.
Are you considered one of the cool kids at school? I know that's a bit of a revealing question, but would it be? Would you be considered one of the cool kids at school?
I wouldn't consider myself a nerd at school, but
okay.
I'm a bit sporty, a bit athletic. I like that sort of stuff. But chess is cool. No, but I'm in the popular group. Put it that way. Put it that way.
Thank you. So would the kids in the popular group at most schools probably not even consider doing something like this?
I know that a lot of public and private schools wouldn't, but my mates are really into this stuff because a couple of my mates being athletic and jockey and sporty, they really enjoy, the endurance, the big hike. And so they would have considered doing that, I know, a few of them.
Yep.
But I know that a few of my mates, especially my female friends, no way.
So what would you say to them now that you've experienced it?
Well, I'm torn because, there's so much beauty out here and it's so relaxed and laid back and the people that you've met are just fantastic and it's a really laid back environment where you can be yourself and you don't have to worry about stereotypes and prejudice and judgment. But there's also the side that I like about, doing my hair and making myself look good.
But we're not asking you to live out here full time, we're just asking to have an experience.
Well, I'd say it's definitely worthwhile.
So
It's definitely beneficial.
Yep.
Yep, well and truly beneficial.
Okay. So just as we close up with the interview with you, what's changed in here though for you? Has there been, you're the one that brought up the love word when we're talking about above and below the line behaviour.
Yep.
What's changed in here for you?
Well, a lot of the things that we spoke about were above and below the line. Just an attitude, and I think attitude out here is a very important thing because if you have the wrong attitude, you miss everything. But I think the thing that I've learnt the most out here is from other people. Not so much from the bush, but just from spending time in the bush with other people.
What's that?
That your first impressions, or don't judge a book by its cover, or from what you've heard, because I met a couple of guys out here who they've seen the hardest parts of life, and I've been so sheltered at St Paul's and where I live, where I come from, that I wouldn't have really met some of the people that have been through those sort of things. And in society there's a bit of a division, but out here you all have to come together and you can really talk to them and learn about them and get to know them. And the things that they've been through and the people that they are because of those experiences, when they talk to you and tell you about it and they share who they are, it teaches you a little bit about who you are and why you are that person.
Because you probably would ordinarily, even if you'd met them somewhere outside of this environment, you probably wouldn't have given them the time of day, would you? And I don't mean that as a judgment against you. It's just, as you say, how we have social divide.
Well, I wouldn't even say that I would have treated them differently or looked down on them, but it's just that they're not the general people that you hang out with, and not because they're inferior or anything, just because of groups, which is so societal. They're groups, and when you are not forced together, it wasn't oh gosh, I don't want to hang out with him. It was just I wouldn't have usually done that, and you really got to speak to them, and you really learnt that there's no difference. I mean, they're just from different upbringing, different nature. And it was fantastic to learn who they are and what they are and why they are and what drives them. And I thought that was great, and that really taught me something.
One word about the whole experience.
Learning curve is 2 words. Enlightening.
Enlightening.
Enlightening.